there is a sound that is there in the sound design. It's of a bird. That sound was of the last male species of that particular bird that is calling out to the bird sounds a mating call. So it's calling out and there is no reply.
Oh.
And that sound has been put there. And when I read it, I was like, my God. And you, I think, responded. You said, thank you for noticing.
I am like, first of all, somebody noticed it itself is like.
But how you know it is like the last sound of that?
So there is
It was
there is a documentary again. It all comes back to watching random at 3 o'clock at night. I'm sitting and watching Discovery Channel, and I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? And 10 years later, I'm like, that is where I got it from.
Oh.
So there is a team of scientists that actually, it's fascinating. Like the very fact that we have human beings doing this as a job is so bloody fascinating. A team of scientists go around the world capturing the last sounds made by that species. Because there are so many species of animals, birds that are going extinct. So their job is to capture for future purposes that such a life form existed, right? So one of the things that they had captured was this male quawe bird. It makes a mating call and they recorded it, and it's the last ever male bird. So there is no other bird like it. There's no female in the world.
There's no response then.
There's no response. So, but it's still crying and calling out. So when that thing itself was so like emotional for me when I heard it, and I was like, this has to somehow find its way into the film. I didn't even think somebody would notice. When you're geeking out about your film, you're adding 100 details. You don't do it because you want to have a discussion about it somewhere. You're doing it because like I like doing it. It's my film. Like where else will I do it? So there are many places like this where many things that have not been uncovered also. But somebody spotted it, and I was like, how can somebody figure it out? Like it's so random. You're watching a film. In the background, you hear the sound, and I was like, wow. I just responded saying, wow, this is crazy. And that really blew up. Like a lot of people appreciated it.
And you know what? I feel like thanks to that guy who found it, because being the humble guy that he is actually a humble politician, Nagaraj. He would never even have mentioned it, and then we wouldn't even have known probably, right? I don't think.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah, that's
100% I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Which is so amazing.
I mentioned it to my actors when they were performing. I went and told, and I think it plays on them, right? Knowing this information.
Correct.